this session, we're going to learn how to find the domain and intercepts of a rational function by using the calculate mode of the Casio-Claswy's FX991EX and the graph mode of the scientific graphing calculator FXCG50. Let's start. A rational function is a function of the form f of x equals p of x over q of x, where p and q are polynomial functions and q of x is not the zero function. So if we want to find the domain of the function f of x equals 2x minus 6 all over x plus 5, we want to find all the values of x that we can use where this function will be defined. In order to do this, it's easier to just find the values of x where the function is undefined. In this case, we're going to set the denominator to 0 and find the values of x. We can use the calculate mode of our FX991EX. So you just press menu and 1 to go to the calculate mode. We input the function, in this case, the denominator, x plus 5. And we press Shift, solve, and the equal sign. This gives us x equals negative 5. This is the value of x that makes our denominator 0. In this case, x equals negative 5 is not included in the domain. So the domain of our function is a set of x where x is a real number and x is not equal to 5, or the set of real numbers except the set containing negative 5. Now, finding the intercepts of the function, we first find the x-intercepts. So we do this by setting the function equal to 0 and solving for the value of x. In this case, press AC to clear our screen, and we input our function, 2x minus 6 all over x plus 5, and we set this equal to 0. We can press alpha calc to have an equal sign and 0. We can solve by pressing shift, solve, and press the equal sign. We have x equals 3. So this is the value of x that makes our function equal to 0. And this is our x-intercept. For the y-intercept, we encode the function and substitute x is equal to 0. So I can just press the arrow key, input the function 2x minus 6 over x plus 5. Press calc and input the value of x equals 0. Press the equal sign and we get negative 6 over 5, which gives us the y-intercept. Now what if in the denominator we have a quadratic function? We can use the equation mode by pressing menu and finding the equation or function menu, or simply pressing alpha and the negative sign to press A. We now have two options, simultaneous equations or polynomials. Press 2 to input a polynomial function of degree 2 since we have a quadratic polynomial in the denominator. We now input the coefficients of our polynomial, 1, negative 1, and negative 12. Press the equal sign, and we have x is equal to 4 and x is equal to negative 3. These are the two values of x that make our denominator 0. Hence, they are not included in the domain. So our domain is a set of real numbers except the set containing 4 and negative 3. Now, finding the intercepts, we do the same. We encode the function in the calculate mode. Encode the function x plus 2 all over x squared minus x minus 12. We press shift, calc to solve, and press equal sign. So this gives us the value of x where the function is equal to 0. We have x is equal to negative 2. And that is our x-intercept. We now find the y-intercept by encoding the function x plus 2 over x squared minus x minus 12. And we calculate the value of this function when x is equal to 0. So press calc, input 0, and press the equal sign. We get x equals, when x equals 0, f of x is equal to negative 1/6. We can also find the intercepts using our graphing calculator FXCG50. We can go to menu and press 5 for the graph mode. We can press exit and deselect our current function, we can go to another slot and input our function. We have x plus 2 over x squared minus x minus 12 and press exit. We can then graph our function by pressing F6 to draw the graph. We can press F5 to find the roots or the x-intercept. Press F1 and we have x is equal to negative 2. We can try to check if there are other roots by pressing the arrow keys. In this case, we only have the root x equals negative 2. We can also find the y-intercepts of our graph by pressing F5 again, or the G-solve option. And we can press F4 to find the y-intercepts. In this case, we have x is equal to 0, y is equal to negative 0.17, or that is equivalent to negative 1/6, which is also our y-intercept earlier. That's it. I hope you learned how to find the dominant intercepts of a rational function. Thank you!